All right, Mario, thanks for the time. It's also that time of year. We've got the colors on, Hockey Fights Cancer. You've been a part of this effort now for multiple seasons. You're the Sharks representative for Hockey Fights Cancer. Many people are impacted by this, affected by this, but why did you want to get into this?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes.
I chose to be a part of it because it's affected me in my life. My billet mom, Erin Barfels, who I stayed with during my my junior season in the USHL Des Moines Buccaneers, she passed away from cancer, and she was a big part of me getting to where I am today. Not only her, but her whole family, husband Chris, and their 3 kids, Ellie, Chase, and Evie. Erin was just such an awesome lady. The story I told is basically she was so selfless. I never knew about the fight she was dealing with. That's how that's how little it was about her. She never made it about her. She never wanted to bring down the energy in the room, and so she never talked about it. And that's what made me so sad when I found out about her passing. It gets me emotional every time because where I am today, my goals of playing in the NHL, she had a lot to do with that, and she's no longer here today. So just in memory of her.
We had an event last year with the Sharks Foundation that involved some pediatric oncology patients, and you were doing arts and crafts with them. And I mean, of all the rough things to go through in life, what did you take away from being around them and that experience?
The thing that impressed me the most about that sort of that experience for me was that it wasn't hard to put a smile on those kids' faces. Right. They were already smiling. They were already having a good time, given what they were going through. I have tough days at the rink. I go home, and sometimes it's hard to put a smile on my face. And I had a tough day on the ice, and here I am, and that really puts things into perspective for me. They're in the fight. They're dealing with a lot more than a hard hockey game that I played today, and to see them still in such a joyful mood, it puts things into perspective for me. It's more of a. It's crazy to say this. I'm there to help them and to cheer them up and to make them feel good about themselves and to have a good time with them. But it's selfishly, it does more for me being there as well. It makes me feel better to learn from these kids that are going through what they're going through, and they're still in such a joyful mood. And I hope that I can help them by being a positive experience for them, like getting to meet me and seeing a professional hockey player. I hope that excites them. So, but it excites me to get to know them.
The NHL has had this Hockey Fights Cancer initiative for at least a decade now. I think it goes back even longer than that. This might be one of the best things that hockey as a community collaborates on. This is, again, a universal thing that everybody should be in on.
It's a hard thing that we're dealing with, but as a community and stuff, with everybody being affected, but as you get together, it makes it easier to fight the fight. Right. And we had this summer, the Hockey Fights Cancer partners up with the V Foundation, and we had a golf event to raise money and raise awareness, and just getting together and seeing all the people that are involved in that. It's a special thing, and we're hoping that one day the foundation, as much as we love the foundation, is no longer needed because we find a cure.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be nice, and maybe we're there to celebrate to celebrate the cure.
It'll be better when your shirt says "Hockey fought cancer,"
exactly.
Past tense, or "Hockey defeated cancer."
Exactly. That was sort of the message at the V Foundation's event there in LA with the golf tournament that went.
So the NHLPA, the Players Association, has selected 2 players, just you and Josh Manson, to receive these special jackets that have been custom made, and they're meaningful. And maybe from the outside, you can't tell all of the intricacies of it, but if you open it up on the inside, a bunch of photos that were hand selected by you, 5 names of people that are important to you in your lifetime. Explain a little bit of the jacket.
Yeah, really cool, by the way. I'm super honored to have them, make that jacket for me. I'm excited to show my family and stuff. Everyone in here is listed in the middle in loving memory. All these people are part of my family or my wife's family. My grandparents, my nonno Mario, which means grandfather in Italian. My zio Gino is my uncle. My nonna Elena, grandmother in Italian. Erin Barfels is my billet mom, who I live with in Des Moines, Iowa, my draft year. She was a big part of my life and where I am today. And Matt Olson is my wife's uncle who passed away.
We all know the walk that the players do down that long hallway. You're captured by the cameras. You're in game mode, right? Of course.
Yeah.
I think, though, that night, wearing that jacket, there might be just an additional 2 or 3 or 5 thoughts in your mind, too, you know?
It's not just that night. It's any night, really. I think about those people who are affected by cancer, and I play for them. The fight on the ice is easy compared to the fight that they deal with cancer. So, you know, it puts things into perspective again when going out on the ice, and maybe I'm sore, or maybe I don't feel the greatest. Thinking of them lifts me up, and it's gonna be a good month of Hockey Fights Cancer, and I'm excited for that day I get to wear the coat.